Hi guys, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are here with our female human noble, Eurydice Cousland, and last time we just started doing some of those side quests and exploring Orzammar. So right now we are going to start heading into Deathtown, where we haven't been yet. There is a quest down here that ends up being actually the most lucrative quest in the entire game, so you definitely want to make sure to do this one. But there are some caveats about it, so I will make sure that I explain everything about it.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people live.
How did you guess, Alistair? I mean, really? Let's do banter.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh, part of Templar training back at the Chantry, the men were always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
You're going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
What hideous habits you've picked up.
Yeah. That is hilarious. Okay.
Time for Be careful! I'll try to be merciful. How amusing! Defend yourself!
A bit more time, please.
Highly intelligent. Okay, there are like some codexes and stuff like all over the place, so you kind of gotta make sure you look in every little cubby hole because you end up missing something. Okay. So, this guy, Rojek, is how you start the Precious Metals Lyrium quest. You can try to steal lyrium from him, but I believe it's been patched out and it doesn't work. But we'll try anyway because, hey, why not? I got something. What'd I get? I don't know. Ah, we got a spirit shard from him. Okay, so we'll just do it the normal way. Let's talk to him.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm not a guardsman. I'm Eurydice, a Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin?
Yes.
Could be I have that opportunity. Especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
My funds are currently depleted. I'd have to hear what you're asking.
No offense, but your kings have some laws that don't make sense in a practical kind of world. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
You need some pretty high persuasion to be able to talk him down a bit to the 40 sovereigns, but we've got our persuasion maxed out. I believe you need either 3 or possibly 4, so you definitely want high persuasion when you talk to him.
You haggle like a merchant born.
Thank you.
Deal. Here's the lyrium, then. You, probably don't want to take it out of the box.
One plan.
I'll be waiting for the next order somewhere out of sight. Say, just around the corner.
Okay. So, we got this. I think it's a plot. Maybe through plot items, maybe. No. It's over here. There it is. Smuggled lyrium. Okay, so one thing to remember is Godwin, the mage that we're going to be selling it to. He was that mage we met in the circle tower that was hiding in the closet, and he was like really timid. So he's the guy we got to sell it to. But the thing to remember is that if you are planning on siding with the Templars in the Broken Circle quest, you want to make sure that you start this quest before you go to the Circle Tower. Because if you side with the Templars, Godwin will no longer be there. So if you waited to do it after, you have no way to sell the lyrium to Godwin, and then you just ended up wasting a bunch of money. But if you start it beforehand, you can just sell it to him when you find him in the closet. So, just something to keep in mind. Okay, let's see. There's a shop in here. Up right there. Alamar's Emporium. We'll come back and hit that. Shady Corbett, we need to talk to him. Okay, this is another one of those directives for the key to the city. And I just remember the last one is actually in the proving area, so we'll have to go there to grab that. He's the guy who stole the book from the Shaperate.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
Oh, looking for a thief who dared steal from the Shaperate.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden. And I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
No,
Not bad. Not bad at all. Another point for me.
thanks. Okay, this guy here, he is the one that you will want to talk to about getting the nug for Liliana. But because we haven't got that clue from her yet, we're not high enough approval, and we need to do her personal quest, finish it before we can really do it. So we'll just wait to talk to him until later, once we've got her approval up higher and we've done her quest. So let's go ahead and go in here, and then we'll do the rest up there. This guy will just trade some interesting
What are you
things.
looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
Does it look like a store?
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money.
I have some spare equipment. What do you give me?
Why don't you take a look?
Whew, look at this. That is just sad. I've definitely got to go to the Circle Tower and sell some of this stuff. Whew. Effort. It's for another armor set. We don't have enough right now to buy it, but we can come back and grab it. But yeah, it's for the part of the armor set that the dog can find the helmet for. It's Effort's armor, and then the dog will find Duty, which is the helmet, and I think you get the rest of it, I think, in the Deep Roads. So we'll come back and buy this once we go to the Mage Tower and get some money. Yeah, he has another thing for shale. Don't need that. If you want to make poisons or traps, he's got a lot of stuff for that. And he's got like toxin extracts and stuff too. Fortunately, we actually are in a good place where those are concerned. Okay, so we'll come back and get that armor piece.
All right.
A little bit. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, this is the suspicious door. This is the entrance to Jarvia's hideout, but we can't get in there yet.
Spare a bit for the needy? Please. It's not... have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help you?
A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no! I can't bear to even think of it!
What does your family want you to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
Horrible.
I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. But they never carried a child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him.
So you have some options here. Here's 3 different things you can do. We can actually go talk to her family and get them to accept her back. You can just tell her to go to the surface, and then she'll kind of establish a life up there. Or if you're just a completely horrible person, you can literally persuade her to leave the baby in the deep roads, and it's just horrible and no way. So it kind of depends on my character if I'm more like, hey, go to the surface, or if I'm like, let's reason with the family. Since this is like a more family-oriented character who just like lost her entire family, I think I'm gonna go with the family option.
You would do that? But why?
I don't want to see a child suffer.
Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
Now, Wen gives you some approval. I believe she gives you 1 approval if you tell her to go to the surface. This is somewhere we'll have to go later when we get onto the Jarvia questline, so we'll just wait and just do it then. No reason to go in there twice. This is Nadezda. You can kind of talk to her, and then she's also one of the people you can talk to later when you're looking for Jarvia. There's other people you can talk to, but I generally like to talk to her.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple.
Sure. Have some money.
You're as kind as you are beautiful. I owe you when I get back on my feet. If my feet still worked. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill?
No.
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
That is horrible.
I don't know where you're from, but in Orzammar, casteless have no lineage, so it's no crime to hurt you. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dust Town.
What do you mean by brand?
Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
That is just terrible. Imagine them going up and branding these little babies. It's awful.
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want.
I'm gonna go.
I'll just stay out of your way then.
But we can talk to her later. Whoa. How the... Okay. That's a little weird, Liliana. What is she doing?
Something I can help with?
I'm hitting K. I'm really not sure what happened with her. Some sort of weird bug. So we're gonna just leave Dust Town and hopefully she'll follow us and... Oh, yep, there she is. We're good. Double check. Talk to her real quick.
Something I can help with?
Yep, we're good. We're good. Okay. Okay, so... let's go ahead and go to the Circle Tower and just kind of deal with that stuff so we can get some money, and then we'll just kind of start hitting up some of these other little quests we can get done now. I don't think it'll let me... Nope. You can fast travel into Orzammar, but you can't fast travel out of Orzammar.
Did you speak often with Kaelin?
You're asking me if I have a relationship with my brother, aren't you?
Yes. I wonder what he thought of you.
I don't think he cared much about my existence. I didn't mean anything to him.
Red,
Anyway, to answer your original
please,
question, no,
just a bit of
we never
bread.
spoke. Well, maybe once. Marek and Kaelin had come to Redcliffe to visit the Arl. I was very young then. We were introduced. I believe I said, "Greetings, Your Highness." He said, "Ooh, swords," and ran off to the armory. So, yes, that was the extent of our relationship. We drifted apart after that. It was very sad.
You remind me of Lady Cecily.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecily let me stay instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child. I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecily.
Why, thank you, Leliana. It is very kind of you to say that.
Will you leave, please? Okay. So we will run over to Circle Tower. Okay, so let's do Dagna first.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way to recovery.
Dagna of Orzammar wishes to study magic.
Orzammar? Indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries.
I don't think she minds. She just wants to learn.
Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered.
She's willing to give up caste and clan for this.
I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate.
She'll be thrilled.
If only the Circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives.
I think she'll be very interested in what happened.
This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you.
I gotta go.
I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go do summoning sciences.
You are not religious, yes? You do not believe?
I do, to some extent. It does not govern my life, however. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. You are just a very good person, and it shows. And I thought at first you were religious like some of the revered mothers. But no. I thought about it and I realized that you're not.
I do what I do because I enjoy it. Because I enjoy teaching others, helping them. I do not seek recognition for my works. I do not seek the approval of my peers, nor the approval of a distant god.
That is admirable, doing good for its own sake. Some I knew were not like that. They bragged about what they did, trying to impress others. Oh, Lady Adele, you fed and clothed 20 orphans. How noble. No, it's nothing, Lady Clarabelle. You treated 40 lepers and gave them massages. Like a competition with false modesty. Sickening.
Did Lady Clarabelle really give 40 lepers massages?
Who knows? Lady Clarabelle had strange tastes. I wouldn't be surprised if she did that and more.
Ew. Okay. Yikes.
Well, you've rested enough. We need to get these out of the tower before they get fragrant.
Okay. Let me find the codex for this. There it is. Okay, so to do this fourth one, you basically are doing all of the original 3. You're just like not touching the summoning science, the summoning font in between. You're just literally doing everything. So we need to do, let's see, Tomo's spirit personages, Rider comes, and the silver coin.
Why do we have to take them across the lake?
Touch the statue. Okay, let's look at the codex again. So that's the first 2. Now, bestiary, the table, spirit form.
Yes.
And one more time. So it's there, so the statue again, and then novice phylactery. There it is. Okay. Now the font is over here. Summoning the fourth. Now, switch to Liliana. Oh, of course, it's not going to let her touch it. It's going to make me do it. Move her up here just a little. Okay. So.
Oh, this is...
Okay. So this guy who just showed up, all foreshadow. You can steal something from him. It is
rather awkward, what? I'm not supposed to be here. Not right at all.
And then he will... So you have a kind of a limited window on getting it, but the codex is actually kind of pretty, kind of funny. So let's see if we can find it. Not sure if it would be characters. No, could be notes. There it is. Lost count. Books to pursue for future endeavors. Lost countenance. Furled into illusion phrase book. Must not offend the potential landlords. Raising spirits. Offspring in the fade. Terrible twos indeed. Forced fall. Truth and legend in the search for our Lathan. Survivors. Poppycock. The origin of theses. Knowing more than everyone without looking like a jackass. Never get the time to read this. Maybe there's a stage play. So it's just kind of a silly little codex that you can get, but you know, why not? So we grabbed that, and that's all we had to do for that. So, oh hi Colin, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Now we have to go talk to Godwin. In his closet. Or standing near his closet. It's still open? I was gonna say, I'm like, I knew I got that. Guess it's just gonna stay open. Okay. I don't think it's, I think it's this one? Yes, there he is. Okay, so with Godwin here, kind of have to do this.
Oh,
in
it's
a
you!
specific order.
You saved the circle. I'd kiss your feet if you didn't look as though you'd kill me if I did that. You'll settle for a handshake, won't you? Maybe a kiss on the forehead, eh?
Handshake, yes. Kiss, no.
Suppose we feel the same way then. Might not seem like much coming from me, but I appreciate what you've done for us. Ah, hello again. Would you like me to tell you again how wonderful you are? Or maybe you'd just like to talk a little?
Okay, so you have two options. You can talk about the dwarf, or you can say, I'm curious why you needed the lyrium. You want to talk about the dwarf first, but we'll get to that later. But to get the most money, you need to do it in this order.
Rogek? Well, he's a personal friend, and sometimes we, you know, correspond. Did he, have anything for me?
Lyrium, but you're dealing with me now.
Yes, yes, I'll take it off your hands right now. What about 50 sovereigns? That's a good price, no?
No. It wasn't easy getting here. 75.
Look, I have 65 sovereigns and this dagger I stumbled upon in the tower. Will that do?
That's the best you can get, so you want to make sure you have very high persuasion. You go, very nice, here's your lyrium.
Done and done. You have your gold, and I have my lyrium. Everyone's happy. Out of curiosity, do you know why this lyrium took so long to get here?
It's trouble in Orzammar, it's the whole thing.
Dwarves and their politics. Always causing trouble. How's the situation now?
I think it's probably going to be a mess for a while.
Ah, I see. Well, I just wanted to know if I should expect another late delivery.
And then you can go into, why do you need all this lyrium?
Well, mages need lyrium. for spells and things. Nothing you'd know about.
And then, but I'm curious and I saved you.
I suppose you did at that. Well, yes, but you see, the Templars use lyrium too. They cannot manipulate natural energies like mages can, but they need to be able to fight us. The big problem with lyrium is that it has diminishing returns, and the Templars become dependent on it.
You're taking advantage of the Templars, encouraging them. And for money, you despicable, profiteering crook!
If it wasn't me and Rogek, someone else would do it.
What happens to them?
They go sort of funny. In the head, I mean. They see things that aren't there, or have trouble holding on to a thought. It's not all of them, though. Some are worse than others. One of the fellows here has it pretty bad. Carol, I think.
Oh, that's sad, because like if you've played Inquisition, you'll know that Carol actually becomes a Red Templar, so it's really sad. How do you keep this operation hidden?
Those that know what I do have good reason not to get me in trouble.
And then here you can blackmail him for some additional money. Share some of that wealth or people will find out.
You're blackmailing me?
Yes.
Fine, take this. It's all I have on me at the moment. Now just leave me alone, please.
You're very kind.
This just isn't my day.
Okay, so we got an additional 8, that's from the blackmailing, and then we got 65 from the actual sale, so we're back up to 80, and we also got this crow dagger here. So, now we can leave. I think I'm going to head back to camp to throw some of my stuff in a chest and lighten my inventory a bit. Once you've been in the deep roads once, you'll remember that you'll end up picking up quite a lot of stuff, so it's a good idea to have keep your inventory as low as possible. So I've bought a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and
What was that soup you made for supper last night?
Oh, that's a traditional Ferelden lamb and pea stew. Do you like it?
Oh, so it was lamb then. It had a certain texture I don't normally associate with lamb.
They didn't make lamb and pea stew for you in Lothering?
We ate simply there. Whole grains made into biscuits or bread, and vegetables from the garden, cooked lightly. No heavy stews.
Ah, so the last lamb you had was probably cooked Orlesian style. Food shouldn't be frilly and pretentious like that. Now, here in Ferelden, we do things right. We take our ingredients, throw them in the largest pot we can find, and cook them for as long as possible until everything is a uniform grey color. As soon as it looks completely bland and unappetizing, that's when I know it's done.
You're having me on.
Ha! You need to eat in more Ferelden inns.
Ew. And then I'm going to give it to Sevron, because the one he has interrupts spellcasting, but this one does a stun, which is kind of more universally useful. So I think I'm going to go with that for him. I think I'm going to give that to Wynn. So I'm probably going to take her into the deep roads. So...
enchantment? Enchantment!
And adjust some of this. So, what I find the easiest to do when I'm like kind of switching up runes is to just take off everybody's runes. and then just doing it from scratch, because that way you're not having to flip back to see who already has what. It's just easier. Okay, so Grandmaster Silverite, because we're going to be dealing with a bunch of Darkspawn, and then I think I'm going to put the Journeyman Lightning Rune. I'm going to put Slow Rune. Slow and Paralyze are both very good, so whenever I come across a Paralyze Rune, I'm probably going to be grabbing that, because that's helpful. I'm getting some spell resistance, and I think I'm going to give myself a Flame Rune. Hopefully, if Alistair can carry this sometime soon, I'm going to give him Starfang, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of set that up. No, Expert. Yes. I think I'm going to go ahead and give him Flame Rune as well, and probably this Lightning Rune. We're going to end up probably with Ogren in the Deep Roads, and I'm planning on giving him this, so I'm going to kind of set that up for him. He's a bit of a glass cannon like Sten, so I sometimes get physical resistance. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this last one on Sevron.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
No.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna keep that for now. That's not really gonna work for anybody. Picked up a lot of gifts, so I do think I'm gonna buy a couple of the generic thoughtful gifts for Sir Gilmore. See if we can get his approval up a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Gilmore.
My lady, today I was remembering our life before all this. We had happier times. I can't stop thinking how it all came to this, and I wonder how our lives will change.
So you can either, if you're a Cousland, you can have either a backstory where you guys were secretly in love with each other, or you were best buddies. Since we're romancing Alistair, I'm going to go with the best buddies thing.
Ha! That we were, since the day we met. I remember being scared to leave my family at such a young age to go and serve in a big castle, full of strange people I'd never met before. But there I see this child, roughly my age, just smiling at me. At that moment I knew my life would not be so bad.
Same here, I didn't know any other kids my age.
I think it was meant to be. I mean, we lived and did many things separately, but we had the same tutor, and we trained together. I remember how you used to steal cookies from the kitchen when Nan wasn't looking, and how we used to fill the soldiers' boots with mud.
How we filled Aldous' ink bottles with water.
We were bad together, no doubt. This conversation really put me in a good mood. I'm even hungry. Let's get something to eat. Yes? What can I do for you? Of course.
Oh yeah, it's got some new stuff now. Remember how mean you were to me?
Rory? It's been some time since I was last called Rory. I quite like it, actually. But what do you mean, mean? I was never mean to you.
You chased me to smear molasses on my hair.
Okay, yes. I'm guilty of that. I stole the molasses from the larder. But I never caught you, did I?
Yeah, you did, and you stuck it in my pigtails.
Oh, okay, true enough. I did smear molasses on your pigtails once, and they had to cut your hair. You were not very pleased with that, and your father wasn't either. I think I made you cry. I was so sorry, I really meant it when your father made me say it. But I also thought you looked very cute with your new short pigtails.
I'd watch my back if I were you now.
Oh,
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and give her something too. Here, have a book.
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
Have a golden symbol of Andraste.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
And you can have a thoughtful gift.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Still, I wonder if he's just kind of set up differently. Like, you have to actually, like, progress the storyline along, because he should have flipped over neutral by now. I mean, jeez. He's already pretty high. We don't really need to throw any gifts at him at the moment. I've got her golden mirror, but I don't think we've actually talked to her about it yet. So I think I'm going to hold off giving it to her until we actually talk to her about it. Yeah, and I don't have any of his other presents, so... Shell... I do have her topaz.
Ooh, shiny.
Wind got a boost. Liliana got a boost. Good. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk to Wynn a little bit.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
You alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
You're very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, don't say that. We need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and mention or talk about the Mirror of Morrigan, so we can go ahead and give it to her.
I await your command.
I think it's this one.
So, full of questions, are you?
So let me double check here. Yeah.
I await your command.
I think it's this one.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Sounds great.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
Can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
You were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, yeah?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
But wait! I think I have something you might like. Look!
What have you there? A mirror? It is just the same as the mirror which Flemeth smashed on the ground so long ago. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly.
I feel so bad for her. She's just like, she's never had any friends, doesn't never get presents, and she's just so uncertain about everything. They're ridiculous. It's a gift.
You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift. Not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful. Truly.
So plus 21 for that. That's why you definitely want to do it where you talk to her about the mirror and then give it to her, because it just kind of, it's quite a boost. So that moved her up pretty far. Let's see here. I think we're gonna go ahead and just talk to Alistair a little bit.
Here,
The
look at this.
rose.
Do you know what this is?
These two are both pretty funny. Is that a trick question? You can accuse him of being wily, but this one's my favorite. Your new weapon of choice?
Yes, that's right. Watch as I thrash our enemies with the mighty power of floral arrangements. Feel my thorns, darkspawn. Ah! I will overpower you with my rosy scent. Or, you know, it could just be a rose. I know that's pretty dull in comparison.
Sentiment can be a pretty potent weapon.
Is it that easy to see right through me? Huh. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since.
That's a nice sentiment.
I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you.
These are both kind of funny. You think of me as a gentle flower or feeling a little thorny, are we?
Oh, wow. She'll never see through that, I told myself. Boy, was I wrong.
Thank you. It's a lovely thought.
I'm glad you like it. I was just thinking, here I am doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining. Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness.
Aww. This one's kind of funny. So are we married now?
Haha, you won't land me that easily, woman. I know I'm quite the prize after all. No need to start crying on me or anything. I guess it was just a stupid impulse. I don't know. Was it the wrong one?
No. It was very sweet.
I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on past this awkward, embarrassing stage and get right to the steamy bits, I'd appreciate it.
Sounds good. Off with the armor then.
Bluff called. Damn, she saw right through me.
You can kind of poke him more like, oh, why must it be a bluff?
Well, it doesn't have to be a bluff. Well, I suppose we are in the camp. The tent's right over there. This is true.
No time like the present then.
I'll be I will be standing over here until the blushing stops. Just to be, safe. You know how it is.
Aw, that's very sweet. See, there's this little rose. Let's see.
Yes.
We moved into the care category. Alrighty. Did
Of course.
Do the
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter? Make fun of you, dear lady. Perish the thought. Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
Yeah?
Just the once? And you didn't lose half of your tongue in the process? I'm impressed. I, myself, never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
Oh, that's so cute. You're a virgin.
Cute? Well, hearing that from a beautiful woman does make me feel much luckier. I'll say that.
You think I'm beautiful?
Of course you are, and you know it. You're ravishing, resourceful, and all those other things you probably hurt me for not saying.
I wouldn't hurt you.
Nor I, you. Let us be off then, lest your risque talk make my ears blush.
All right. Let me just throw some stuff in there, and then we will head on back. Throw that in there. Okay. I think that puts us at a pretty good place. So, go ahead and head back to Orzammar.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
Fortunately, we can just fast travel right inside. We don't have to go outside. Oh, this might be one of Wynn's. No. This is one of the mage's collective ones.
Huh.
Okay. So this is the one who's gonna go tell there's
rough travels out here, eh?
Blood mages.
We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering.
I'm sure you did.
We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Now you can just persuade him or intimidate him and it'll work, but he has a pretty good ring, so I usually just kill him.
You look pretty tough, but we just fought Darkspawn. I think we can handle a few losers in armor. Let's see what you've got.
All right.
Never like this part.
Going.
Okay, so we ended up with the Seal of Rat Red, which is plus 10 mental resistance, plus 10 physical resistance, which is a decent ring. So, let's see. She's got willpower, cold damage. For now, I might throw it on Liliana. Okay. And then, next time we're out this way, we will go ahead and stop by one of the mage's collecting bags. Hello.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
And if you help her with this quest, and I believe even if you don't help her with this quest, she ends up being one of your craft people in Inquisition, which is awesome. First Enchanter Irving accepted you for study.
Ancestors, bless you! I can't believe it! There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Eurelden in the 13th century! I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Clothes, if they just let me sit quietly at the back of the
Okay.
Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want?
I'll take the rune, please.
Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. I'll never forget what you did. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
And she actually, you can actually find her in the circle. It's cool. Let's see, she gave us Master Dwemer rune, 8% spell resistance. That's nice. I'm going to... Okay, so this is called the Universal Die Kit. You can actually change the color of your armor and do things like that, but it also has a portable enchanter. So if you don't have Sandal with you, you can just kind of do it yourself. So I am going to put the master one on mine. Let's see. No, I think we're good for now. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we need to go back and talk to the guy in Dusttown, but we might as well do Linda's at the same time. There is her father, who abandoned her.
What are you looking at, stranger?
Are you Ordell?
I could be. What business is it of yours?
I met your daughter.
I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine.
Wow. If you don't take her back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
Dude, it's a baby, not a cur. And she loves him.
Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
Sheesh. Okay. Hello.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend. You make it to the tower yet?
Why, yes I did.
Excellent. I must say I wasn't sure I'd see you back here. Now, that was 10 sovereigns we agreed to, right?
No, it was 30.
Well, that seems pretty steep. I can't believe I'd offer that much. But I do appreciate what you did. I'm gonna give you 25, and let's call it even.
Sounds good to me. So, all in all, we got a nice, sizable chunk of change for doing that quest. Oh, we can go in and buy that other part of that armor. So I will go ahead and do that.
You're back. You got more business for me?
Yep.
Of course.
It was... there it is. Okay. Thanks.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
He wants you to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough.
Glad to help.
If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
Okay. Glad to help. Let's see. I think the next thing we're going to do is head to the deep roads. Let me double check here. That we can do when we go do the proving stuff. That'll be deep roads. And when we go back upstairs, we will do the Brother Burkle thing. Okay.
Win?
Yes, Alistair?
My shirt has a hole in it.
I see. And?
Can you mend it when we get back to camp?
Can't you mend your own clothes? Why do I have to do it?
Sometimes I pick up too much fabric and it ends up all puckered and the entire garment hangs wrong afterward. And you're, you know, grandmotherly. Grandmothers do that sort of thing, don't they? Darning socks and whatnot. Don't want me to have to fight Darkspawn in a shirt with a hole, do you? It might get bigger. I might catch cold.
Oh, all right. I'll mend your shirt the next time we set up camp.
Oh, and while you're at it, the elbows kind of need pinching too.
Careful, young man, or puckered garments may be the least of your problems.
Oh my god. They're so funny. Okay. Hello, mine guy.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans?
I hope so.
I'm sorry, but I cannot
Otherwise
allow
I'm
you
gonna get
past
back
the
in.
front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
I have permission. Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
They're on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except at...
Except during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
What do you know about Bronca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
I wouldn't be
And now
surprised.
she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels.
Crazy people do. Are Darkspawn the only dangers?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep Stalker?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs.
Ew.
Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
How pleasant. Any dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Can I go?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesher's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
This isn't exactly a pleasure trip. I have permission.
Aye, I see her seal there. Well, the roads are yours. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
I'm gonna go.
Best of luck.
Thanks. Okay, there's another rune plate right here. Kalsharok. Okay, so I think this is probably where I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode. Didn't get done quite as much as I'd hoped, but it's easy to get sidetracked in this game. So next time we will head to the Idukenteig, and if we have time, we might be able to do the proving too. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.